Dear friends, I want to wish you a Shabbat Shalom. And also, today is Pesach Sheni, the second Passover, the holiday where God gave a chance to make up if you missed something out the first time, which in itself is a very important lesson in life, that there's always a second chance, and it's never too late. And in this week's Torah portion, we find something very interesting. A big part of the Torah portion talks about the cycle of holidays. It's one of the places in the Torah goes through all the holidays and the unique elements of each holiday, besides the general holiday laws and spirit that each of them share with each other. Each one has something unique. And then after the holidays, the Torah goes into a story. And the story is about someone in the desert who cursed God. And the Torah tells us they didn't know then how it was supposed to be punished, but we know for sure to curse God is something that's terrible and it has capital punishment. And the Torah shares the story in great detail. And the question is, what is the connection? And the Torah, when one thing follows another, there must be some kind of a connection. What is the connection with Shabbat and the holidays, with someone going out and cursing God? So I was thinking that this juxtaposition talks to our time more than any other time in our history. We're living in a time of a lot of confusion. There are a lot of people who are very troubled. Though we live in a time when we have more materialistic things, we, through discoveries and inventions, have more comforts and abilities than any generation before us could even imagine. And a few hundred years ago, if we would talk about the ability to have a phone, that you can talk to someone anywhere you are, you can see the person live wherever they are in the world, the medical advances that we have, the conveniences, flying places, etc., etc. They would imagine if I had all of these things, we wouldn't have one worry in the world. We'd be so happy, so relaxed. And yet we are the most unhappy generation. We are far from relaxed. We're more stressed and anxious. We are more stressed and anxious than any other time in the history of the world. And it's hard to imagine. And what's going on in mental health issues, not just older people from COVID, we're talking about real mental health issues that are affecting youth in big numbers. What is going on in our world? And the Rebbe would always talk and explain that when God is not in our life, a lot of bad things come in. When we don't fill our life with the sense of light, clarity, purpose, mission, connection to where we come from and what we're here for, a lot of negativity comes in our life. We start feeling very lonely. We start feeling that there's no one understands or knows or cares what's really going on in our life. And even our close relatives become meaningless because we think we're battling on our own. And a believer knows that God is always with you. And no matter how hard whatever we're going through is, you're not abandoned. And that's what the Torah is telling us. How does someone come to curse God? Someone who has witnessed and been on the receiving end of God's tremendous miracles of leaving Egypt and living in the desert. How do they come to curse God? Because they missed the cycle of Jewish life represented by Shabbat and holidays. Those are the moments when we recognize, we stop everything. We don't work, we stop everything to recognize God in our lives. When we have Shabbat and holidays, we bring God into our life every day as well. But when we do not have Shabbat and holidays, we do not bring God into our life, we're devoid of this. We come to curse the greatest blessings that we have. We look at everything as negative, and the world becomes to us a liability rather than an opportunity. This is a tremendous message that we all need for ourselves and to tell our children. Connect to something real. Connect to your heritage. Connect to who you are as a Jew. Connect to God, to the messages in the Torah, because this gives us a focus, a clarity, a drive, a purpose, a connection, and we know we're never alone and we're capable of anything. So may God bless you all. We love you all. Shabbat Shalom. Candlelighting time in Montreal, 7:48 p.m.